Hi everyone, welcome to my page, Charisma Thoughts. I'm Charisma, back again with another live video about me sharing any information about my visions that I'm having or any findings that pertain to this world, that pertains to this life, this reality, and what you need to know, which is truth. So again, I'm still finding clarity, but I'm connecting everything together and I'm forming some sense of an idea of what it all means in a way, so I'll just share it with you guys. Before I get started, I just want to say a few things. First off, please make my videos go viral. Share it, comment, whatever. I want people to actually see this information. It's very important. I'm not just talking just to talk. I'm not doing this for clout. It's very important. People need to see my videos and understand, especially these upcoming years, especially pertaining this year. People need to know this information. So I request, that you guys make it go viral. Of course, you guys have your own choice, but I really appreciate it if you guys could do that. I also would like to say the last video that I made where I said, make it go viral pertains to the information that I shared about the alien invasions that I saw in my vision. That video was, there's a noise in the background, which was my fan, and I do apologize for that. I didn't realize how loud it was. I think it was a few of my live videos that I had my fan on, and I just didn't realize how loud it was when I watched the replay. So I apologize for that too. Hopefully you guys still understood the information that I said. If not, I'm gonna do a recap here anyways, because I do want to share with you guys a timeline that I put together for you guys to get an understanding of some of the events that I shared already, so you can have an understanding of all of it that I saw. And I'm going to share with you guys a new find. Well, not a new finding. I actually just didn't share it with you guys yet, because I'm still need clarity on it. But I feel like it's time for just to share it. Maybe I will come back to this information because there's more questions that I have about it, and I need more clarity. There's a lot of missing parts with this, so of course I will do like a updated version to this video. So stay tuned for that. Um, so yeah, the last video I mentioned about the alien invasion that I saw. I had many visions that reference to that we will have an alien invasion, and I mentioned that there are aliens that are for us, and there are other aliens that are they don't like us at all. They see us as property, food, slaves, even, because I saw that in one of my visions too, and they were doing experiments on us, the humans, and other beings. But yeah, they were just doing all types of shit to us, which I didn't like. Ooh. So I did share that with you guys that I saw the beginning of how it's going to unfold. Keep in mind, I see two different worlds. I really I knew that I was seeing two different realities and two worlds, like a parallel universe, a parallel world. But I see two, so like something may be happening that way, but it's not going to happen this way in this reality. It's just going to happen different, but I know it's going to happen. But yeah, in my vision, I'm seeing more than one world. I'm seeing other universes. I'm seeing all types of shit. Let's just sum it up. I'm seeing all types of shit. Like a lot, especially with this new find. It's not new. It's new to you guys, but I've been knew some of this information, but I had more questions than answers, which I still kind of do. But I got the sense of it, like the reality of it. Oh, this is the case. This is what it all means. So yeah, before I get started in that, before I share that, I just want to share with you guys a timeline that I created. This is a timeline I created. And when I was doing this timeline, I was thinking about some of the events that was like, I was like so annoyed by, like, because as for us as human beings, like, I felt like we were going backwards when I was seeing some of the events that's going to happen, that's going to reoccur, that already happened in our history, but it's going to happen again. And I was just like annoyed when I was doing the timeline, like, oh my gosh, we worked so hard. We even had many chosen throughout history to, shift that perception, to change things, to make things more united, and yet we're gonna go backwards, and all their hard work is like what was it for? You know what I mean? So I was frustrated. And as I was doing it, I channeled a song from the Black Eyed Peas. I never actually listened to the whole song, but I heard of the song before. So when I was hearing like some of the lyrics, I'm like, and then the melody of it, I went to YouTube and searched the name up. Well, I didn't know the name. I had to go Google and I just hum it, and it came to me. It's called "Where Is the Love" by the Black Eyed Peas. And so I went back and listened to it. I'm like, that is exactly how, like in my vision when I was seeing some of these events, that's exactly how I saw that song fits perfectly with that reality I saw. That vision I saw. It fits perfectly. Where is the love? Like seriously, where is the love? Like it's like people didn't have no common sense. It's like people just forgotten everything that we were, everything that we are. They forgot their empathy, their sympathy. They forgot love, and it's just, I'm like, they forgot everything. It's like we were going, but like they were acting like savages and shit. Okay, so that's a channel song that I'm channeled when I was doing the timeline. But anyways, so let's get to the timeline. Mind you, it's not in order, but these are all the events that I remember in my visions that will happen. I don't know the exact time and date it will happen, but I know it's going to happen in the future. I just don't know when exactly. But these are the events that I actually saw, so I'm going to read it to you guys. The first one is the sickness, a lethal virus. So that's the first timeline that I've written down, but it's not in order, you guys. But I did see that. I mentioned this before, that I saw people getting sick with a. Soon you get sick, soon you get that sickness, this virus, this lethal virus, you basically are marked for death. Like it's like very lethal. It's a lethal virus where you get it, you can't survive it. Like people are literally dropping like flies. Like within that, like they just say they get it that morning, they're gonna die like the afternoon. Like this virus, it was no cure for this. Well, not yet. Eventually, somebody's gonna come up with a cure, but the virus was very lethal. I don't know what this virus was, but people were actually getting sick. I told you that I saw the people bleeding out their eyes. They were salivating out their mouths. Like, it just kept spitting. Like, I don't know what it was. Like, I just saw that. And I had another vision that referenced to the sickness again and how it's going to formulate. It's going to start with like a sore throat and a cold. That's like the symptoms. And people just going to think it's like a regular like flu, or people you might even think it's just like, C-19, but it's like this. It was the lethal virus, but it's gonna be massive. It's gonna be global, and it's gonna be on the news, and people is gonna actually be warned about it. But like many people are gonna get sick. Even the chosen one's gonna be sick, but they're not gonna die from it. Apparently their body's gonna fight it off, but there were chosen ones that was affected by the sickness. Yeah, I did see that. The next one was the recession, the Great Depression. It's gonna be something like the Great Depression. Like it was gonna be like a food shortage that I saw. I saw a lot of the messages with this. There were not going to be enough food, and people like searching for food. Like it's something with food shortage, but there's going to be a recession. That was the message that I heard, and that is what I saw. So that was the second event that I saw, and the other one was riots and police brutality. So as you guys can tell, we had this many times before. It seemed like year after year after year, we have some type of protests, riots pertaining to police brutality. It's going to come again. 2020 was nothing, okay, compared to what I saw. This riots that I saw against police brutality, it's going to be massive. It's going to be like a huge crowd, and like people are very angry. It's not about like protesting. It's that people are angry. Like the Black community are angry with that. So before, when all this would happen year after year, before I had my awakening, I would see this, and I would feel sad, and I would feel empathy for for the Black community and stuff like that. But for me, I just didn't get the whole protesting thing. Oh, this is my take on that, but that's just something else. But when I saw it before, I just thought it was just something that happened, right? But then I realized something. Because I mentioned when there's a pattern, when it's repeated, there's an agenda. There's a programming happening. There's a programming happening. So the riots and the police brutality is a programming. It's not, I'm not saying people who, sorry you guys, I was getting a call. I'll have to call her back later. But yeah, so it doesn't mean those people who was like affected by it, like those people who like the family and the victim and stuff like that, and even the police was not affected by it. I'm just saying this is a programming. It's repeated. There's a pattern, and I mentioned about the programming in my earlier videos that when you see something being repeated, when you see a cycle being repeated, that's the programming. Okay, so this is an agenda, propaganda, and I feel like it's by the conductors that's against us, because I mentioned about the conductors. If you're not familiar with my terminology, watch my previous videos to have an understanding. But that's basically what's happening with that. It's going to happen again. I don't know what exactly sparked this mass hysteria of a riot and like the police brutality. It was like a lot of anger. I happened to be in there in the vision. Like I was there in at the protest, and then I saw the riots and the police brutality happening, and I was trying to like stop. I was trying to like make, you know, be the peacemaker to like calm people down, but like people was not listening to me, child. They was not listening to me. But I was just trying to like, hey, like wake up, like pay attention, like respond, not react, type of shit. But that was happening with the riots and police brutality. But it's gonna be massive. It's gonna be I don't know. But I do want to mention something. There was a vision that I actually shared on my Instagram stories, either 2020 or 2021, one of those year. I shared it on my other page, which is also called Cohesive Thoughts, but it's not the same how it's not the same username. How is it like? It's a difference, but it's my other page. And I shared a vision that I had about a video that's going to go viral pertaining to there's this black person that was being beaten. So this black person was hung upside down, and it had a bag over its head. For some reason, when I was watching this while I was observing this vision, it's like I'm watching the video playing out, but I was actually there. Like I was there at the scene, but I wasn't there. I was just watching a video, but I'm seeing a vision, me watching the video. It's weird. But I knew it was a black person. So it was a black person hanging upside down, a bag over his head, tied over his head. And there's a group of white people. I don't know who they are. I don't know who this black person was that was hanging up, but they had bats and they were beating this person to death. And this video went viral. And people got so angry. Like the black community was livid. It's I don't know if that's the spark of the riot or what it was, but I remember that vision very clearly. It hasn't played out yet, so I feel like it could have something to do with that vision that I had about the viral video. But I did share it on my Instagram story on my other page. I just gotta find it, but I had to go back to actually see it, but I know it's an old vision that I shared. I think it's back in 2020 or 2021, but I know it's been like a year past at least when I shared it. But I feel like it could connect to this riot, or it could connect to the segregation thing that's going to spark up back up again. So that's the next timeline, is the segregation. This is one of the events that I find very annoying and frustrating, because I feel like we work so hard to not go back. It's not the way. It's causing division. Division is not the key. It's not the right way. So segregation did play a part that I saw that's going to happen. It will happen. It's been shown to me over and over. It's not going to be the same segregation how it was in the 1950s or whatnot. It's going to be quite different, but segregation is apparent in there. Racism is very much alive. It hasn't died, in my opinion. I don't think it ever died. I just think it was very covert with it. But whatever this event that's going to spark this up of the segregation, the riots, it's going to be back again. The racism. It's going to be loud in your faces. And mind you, guys, you're being tested, but and people not listening to me. Anyways, racism, which I mentioned that's the events that's going to happen, like segregation, racism, and it's something with women. There's something with the inequality of women, especially the Black women. I don't know exactly what was the hate for, but I did see a vision where men was hostile and like angry towards women, especially the Black women. So I don't know what that's a reference to, but that is something that I did see that will happen. I just don't know what it was, like why that was the case. Okay, going back to the riots and the segregation and police brutality, and I mentioned that there's like a programming, there's like there's a cycle is being repeated. It's a pattern, right? So there's a lot of events that's keep happening too, which a recent one just happened. Mass shootings, especially if it pertains to like shooting up schools. That's a programming as well. That's a pattern. It's being repeated it seemed like year after year, just like the riots of the police brutality. You guys gotta follow the pattern. And there's a reason why this keep happening. Because yes, we haven't learned our ways. I feel like what we're not learning is that we're not waking up to the truth. So therefore, it's going to keep happening for us to understand what this is, and we're not understanding what's being planted and why they're doing this. It's like I feel like it's like a scare tactic. It's like a traumatic. I don't know the exact reason why these type of events keeps happening. Yes, I know that we're not learning. We're not. If we all were awakened to the truth of it, then it will not formulate. It cannot work. But there's a reason why this programming is keep happening. It's keep being resurfaced. There is an agenda with it. I just don't know what exactly. What are they trying to do with it? Are they trying to get rid of the guns, or like? Because for the mass shooting, are they trying to get rid of the guns? For the riots and the police brutality, are they trying to get rid of the, are they trying to create division and like segregation? Which I feel like that's the case. But like, you guys gotta like really look into the patterns of things. Because there's something much deeper with with these events. Because we had mass shootings before. We had riots and police brutality protests before. But it keeps being resurfaced. And I said that the reason it keeps being resurfaced is because we're not learning. But there's something there, like from the people who's creating it, the people who's planting it, the people who's created this program, this pattern. They have their own agenda. But from our perspective, we react and we get emotionally invested in this, where we are reacting instead of like understanding what's happening. There's a pattern here. So that's my take on that. The mass shooting, the riots, the police brutality, even the media. The media plays a part in this with this agenda. Like whether they know it or not, they play a part. I feel like they are a huge control variable in a sense to, I guess, make everyone see a certain way, to make everyone see a certain reality a certain way, and not allowing people to think for themselves. It's like they plant an agenda. They express their news reporting in a way for people to see it one way instead of seeing it from their perspective. So I feel like the media plays a part of the manipulation as well, not just the programming, whether they know it or not. Because people are not thinking for themselves. They're not seeing it, seeing the they're just not seeing it. It's like people are persuading them to see it a certain way. So there's a pattern. That's all I gotta say with that. So the media plays a part with that, with the mass shooting and all that stuff. Oh, the other thing is a storm. There's going to be a storm. The storm is coming. The storm is coming. Hold on. That was actually The Sky is Falling movie reference. But yeah, the storm is coming. The storm is coming. It's a big one. And I actually had a vision of like a being, like a being, typhoon. He's the one who's created the storm. I actually saw him. He was like, he was doing something. Like he created the storm. And yes, you guys, supernatural gods, deities that we read about, they are real. Okay, and I'm gonna get into that in the information I'm gonna share today. But I'm just reviewing the timeline. So the storm is one of the events, the floods. The other one is the X marker's ability is going to activate. Okay, so I did have a vision of people, their gifts was awakening. So I feel like this is going to happen when everyone's going to awaken their gifts. People going to awaken their gift beforehand, based off like a spiritual awakening, their awakening process. But they're going to be people who have the X marker genetics. Everyone, everyone's certain abilities, their X marker genetics is going to awaken. It's going to activate, and I feel like it's going to happen when the veil is lifted, or when a certain chaos is happening. Because I did see that. I saw like certain people was having like they were having like a out of body experience, and I'm seeing this, and other people can't see them having it. And you see some of these people like they was having an out of body experience, like they're like their spirit or their soul came out of their body, and they was like panicky, and they was trying to get back to the body. And I'm just walking, and I'm seeing it, and I'm just smirking and laughing because I know like it felt like I was like a proud mom or something. But I was seeing it, like, oh, they're having their gifts awakened, and like they was like panicking and scared, but which I knew they was okay. Like I wasn't just laughing, making fun of them. I was just laughing because like, oh, they're awakening their gift, and they didn't know what was happening, and the people that was with them wasn't having that experience yet. They didn't activate their gifts yet, so they just think that they're talking normal and not realize this person's having like an out of body experience. So it was very, very funny. And another vision I had is people like that had their abilities awaken. What I saw was like Black people and Hispanics, and like Black people was like of all like nationalities, I should say, like whether you're Caribbean, Haitian, Nigerian, Jamaican, African, it does not matter. They had activated the gifts. The gift that I saw that they activated is something with fire. So yeah, fire. I feel like if you're melanated, your dominant element is fire. But that's what I saw. Something with the fire, like in the fire department, fire truck. Like we go see a lot of people who's melanated being fire people, like firemen and a firefighter, I should say. You'll see a lot of that. So there's going to be something where our world is not going to be the same, where people are going to activate their abilities. I saw that. There's many visions that's indicating our world is going to be completely different once everyone activate their X marker genetics. Who carries that genetics? Because not everyone does. And the next event that I wrote was the chosen one separated from the game, the God trials. So what's going to happen is the chaos first, which some of these events I just shared some of them, like the sickness, the lethal virus, the recession, all that. So amongst a certain chaos, ones are going to be separated. That's actually I kind of have this idea they're going to be separated for the game. The game is being referenced against for me. I'm having visions again about this game. I don't know. There's more to this game. I have questions about it, but I know it has to do with the ancestry in line. Like I'm going to talk more about that, but the game, the chosen one is going to be separated for the game. or I call it the God Trials. They're going to be separated to be participate in this game, which they were selected by their ancestor, their bloodline, their family tree. And I'm going to talk more about it in the soon. Just give me a second. The next one is alien invasion. Okay, the alien invasion I already shared before, and I made a whole live video, the last video about it, so you guys know that is an event, a chaotic event that will happen. And now it started to make sense to me on why I was seeing military on the streets. I even saw malicious groups, protecting their own. I even saw, like, what is it called? Patriots people. They had their own guns and stuff. Like, they were ready. So I just saw a lot of military in our land. Like, because I saw a lot of military. So it's all started to make sense to me. I even had a vision of me communicating. For some reason, not now, like, but the future me I could speak to extraterrestrials. Like, I can understand them of all different types. So this is one type, I guess, that was for us, that I was like the, what is it called? Like an advisor, or like a translator. I was a translator for the aliens with the humans, with the military people. They asked me to figure out what they were saying. So for some reason, I could understand them. All types of extraterrestrials. But these extraterrestrials that wanted me to translate for them were part of that was for the humans. They were here to help us. Because I told you it's divided. There are some for us, some against us. So I was a translator, and I don't know what I'm an advisor somehow, an advisor, a translator for the aliens, the gods, as well. For the aliens, the gods, different deities, different supernatural beings that are good for us, that's for us. And I'm like translating and like helping them like communicate with other officials, government officials. Because I saw one vision, which still is kind of strange, but it has something to do with the Russians. They have their own deity, or I don't know much about mythology of like everyone's culture of their own like deities or their own gods, but I know Russia have their own, and they wanted me to translate it with the Russians for them, and I also had one for America. Like, it was just a lot. And don't ask me now because I don't know shit, but the future me is able to translate for them. So I actually saw that. The next one, I said the X one, but whatever. The next one is like the experiments I mentioned, that there's going to be a lot of human experiments, especially pertaining to Black people. I have to say it. That's what I kept seeing. Experiments on Black people, especially if you're a Black woman. And something to do with pregnancy. I mentioned this before in one of my live videos, that I believe the C19 virus is or the C19 vaccination is a way to stop pregnancy. So yeah, I actually believe that. The reason why I believe that is because intuition, and they don't want these new generation of children coming in. And I saw these new generation of children. Some of them already came in 2020, but they are very, very gifted, very evolved. They're going to be once they awaken. So yeah, the children, the pregnancy plays a part, and I saw that they're going to target people who are pregnant, especially Black women who are pregnant. And there's a reason why they're targeting Black women who are pregnant. So they're going to target pregnancy a lot. And I feel like the Roe versus Wade thing, I don't know, maybe there's something in that I feel like there's something with that, but like there's something going on with the pregnancy. I just don't know why they're trying. Like, they're trying to stop pregnancy, I know that, but there's something else they want with the children too. So be aware of that. Anything that pertains to pregnancy, people like childbirth, anything that they report about that, just pay attention to the clues, pay attention to the pattern. But right now, I know that what's being talked about is the Roe versus Wade. Yes, they're not trying to terminate babies. They want people to have them, but there's still something with that too. So pay attention to that. I just haven't found the clarity on that. But I know they want to stop pregnancy. Um, I know that for a fact because of these new children that's coming in. Okay, then the battle war. I'll call it the battle war. I saw this. This is like when our world is like different and all like some of the chaos, like all the chaos that already came in. There's going to be some type of battle. Okay, I did see that. You know, the chosen ones. We're going to be with the military of the American, like the military or any military that of this whatever state you're from or region you're from. You're going to be like chosen is going to be with the military. It's going to help fight against the oppositions, the enemy that want to destroy us. So I did see a battle war of some kind, pertaining to like fighting for this, fighting for our freedom and stuff like that. But it's also a battle war against other beings for something else. So it just you're gonna see a lot of that. I saw The Walking Dead. Okay, so there are gonna be two types of dead. There'll be the zombie kinds that we not read about, that we watch in movies and shit. Yes, zombies, you heard it right. And then you're going to see The Walking Dead that's going to come back to life by God. God is going to bring back the dead back who was wrongfully, that wasn't supposed to die before their time. So they're going to come back to life. I actually saw the dead will arise back. But it's two different deads that's coming. The one that's, regular, came back to life. That's, the regular self, how they die. They're going to die, like, come back normal. And then the other dead is, like, zombie-like. So, two different agendas happening with that. So, it's like The Walking Dead, The Return of the Dead. So, we have The Walking Dead, Return of the Dead. That's what I named it. I actually had another vision. This is an old one, actually, about the Four Horsemen. The thing is, like, these horsemen, which, it's I think it's in the Bible or something like that, the apocalypse about the four horsemen or something like that. I actually saw a vision like that, but they were like, these horsemen, they were like mentally insane. They were like, people perceived them as crazy. Like, they were like, people didn't know that they were the four horsemen. One, I knew who they were, and other people like me who are gifted knew who they were. And people are afraid of these horsemen. But they were like mentally insane. Like, they are like regular people. Like, we view them as regular people, and they were in a mental asylum. And I happened to be in this mental asylum there, and I knew who they were, the Four Horsemen. So there's that. I was there for something. I was there as a patient in one of my visions, and I was there working there. So it was just two different things happening with that. It was two different visions I had. I was in there because I've never been there before, but the vision that I saw, like, they put me there. The opposition, and they had easy access to me, that I saw, and they were doing experiments on me. They were trying to wipe my memory. One, I know that for a fact. They're trying to do all types of shit, and yeah, it's a lot of traumatic shit that I saw. Okay, that I will go through, but I don't even want to talk about that shit. But it was just, I didn't even know I was going to share that with you guys. I was going to keep that, but apparently it just flowed. It just flowed out. The other one I saw. Oh, the veil is going to be lifted. So the veil. What is the veil? So remember I told you, like, I feel like we're in a dome, a prison. We're in a slow globe, right? Another reference to this that I can like give you guys a picture of how it may look like from our perspective, or from the people who's not part of this, who's not inside a dome. So imagine a dollhouse. Do you guys remember a dollhouse, like those big ones? I know, I'm pretty sure they still sell them. But a dollhouse that has, like, it looks like a regular house, like a house, like Barbie has her own house or whatever, or where a doll has their own house, and you look inside, they have a stairs, they have a jacuzzi, they have a furniture, and you can just look inside, you can like open like the roof and look inside. That's how we are. We're the dollhouse. We're inside the dollhouse, right? And the dollhouse itself is our world. It's our prison. snow globe, like we're inside the snow globe type of thing. And the people who's appearing at us is either the people who's are the conductors that's for us, the conductors that's against us, or any people who's not part of it. They can look inside, and we just thinking that we think our world is the dollhouse, right? We think our world is inside this dollhouse, and not realizing, no, we're trapped. So imagine the dollhouse being lifted, and then you see this whole new, you see like you see this whole new like structure of like a bigger house, and you're like, oh wait, my house is fake the whole time, type of thing. So that's how it's gonna go. Like with the veil being lifted, it's like, um, it's like literally you're pulling the curtains. You're literally pulling the curtains, and you see true reality. So the veil is going to be lifted, and people are going to start to see the real shit that's actually real. We get to see all types of beings, not just the people who are gifted. Once the veil is lifted, you guys yourself will get to see these things, not just the one who's able to tap in. Sorry, you guys, I know this is kind of chat. I'm not apologizing. It is what it is. But yeah, we get to see what people like me, like who are psychic or oracle, who can see beyond the veil. You guys get to see it yourself. So whether you're a psycho or not, you will get to see it when the veil is lifted. A lot of things that I saw that I didn't mention before, but it was just strange to me. I'm like, what? This is real too? Transformers. You guys remember that movie, the Transformers with the bots and stuff? I saw something like that too. Like literally the Transformers beings, like they were flying in the sky and stuff like that. I'm like, oh shit, we got robots that's like Transformers too. So yeah, I saw that too. Like when the veil was lifted, that's the first thing I saw was the Transformers, the bots, the Autobots or something like that. I saw them. And I also saw advanced animals. There, you know the animals that we know today, you know, in the zoo, which is bad. They should not be trapped in cage. But you know the animals that we know today, that's like, the giraffe, the elephants, the monkey, the apes, and stuff like that. We know of them. I saw advanced ones they're intelligent, they rise, they supernatural, they can kick your ass, they know shit. Like some of these animals that I saw was fucking ruthless. Like one of them had a lot to say. He had a lot of shit to say. They remind me of like us. Like they like us, but they're advanced us. Like, but they're animals. They're sure talking shit though. One of them, I saw a Corolla. What is it called? The Corolla bear, the koala bears. Koala bears. Can I speak? I don't know what they call it. The koala bears. Like that little fucking animal was so fucking mean. Oh, he was mean and ruthless to me. And he reminded me of a boy, like a man, like that. Just ignorant. He's like, oh, you're not pretty. You're not pretty. Oh, I was with someone else, a coworker of mine that I actually work with, and she's a chosen one. She doesn't know this. I haven't told her yet, but she's a chosen one. Not only a chosen one, but she's a royal chosen one. I mentioned about the royals, about the chosen one. There's different type of chosen ones, and she happens to be a warrior one, and she's very like the vision that I saw. Like she was like in her like divinity, her like her natural royal state and whatnot, and she's very beautiful. And the koala bear was so invested in her, like calling her so pretty, and he's like, you're ugly. Ruthless. The koala bear. I was like, bitch, I want to attack his ass. Like, how dare you? But it was funny. I ain't gonna lie. I'm like, this little fucking koala bear talking all this shit. It has supernatural gifts, so it was interesting. And then the last thing is the extraterrestrials, which kind of makes sense that I mentioned that before. So that's basically the whole timeline. I'm pretty sure I have all of it. I saw all types of beings, you know, mermaids, fairies, giants. I saw a lot of giants, animals, vampires. Oh, and yeah, I'm gonna get inside the other beings too, but okay, now we can start with the new information that I'm sharing with you guys. It's not new to me. I actually had this information, but the last few days, and then, yeah, I kept it kept being resurfaced to me, this message and the vision. Okay, so remember I said that our world is going to split, right? It's going to be two realities. Haha, it's actually two worlds. It's gonna be two worlds, but in our case, it's gonna be like how we view it is two realities, which is the case. It is true. It's gonna be two different realities, but it's actually two worlds. That's gonna be like okay. So what I found out, you guys, is that there is a original world and there is a fake world. We, us, right now on this world, right now, this reality right now that we're living in, we're actually in the fake world. Shots fired. Seriously, like we're in a fake world. Like I didn't even like. I kept hearing NPCs, right? Which NPCs mean like non-player something. I don't remember the meaning, but you guys know the NPCs. Like it's a reference to a game, right? One of those characters that's not that's not a player basically, but they're not actually real either. They're like background characters, or extras like Bakio. Oh, you know what? Can't say his name right, so let's not reference that. But like background characters, but they're not actually real. But anyways, that kept being referenced on my NPCs. I was like, okay. And then when I saw these visions, I'm like, okay, so this makes sense now. So there's an original world and there's a fake world. We're living in the fake world. So there was a vision that I had of a future me. And this is like during the whole construct of this world being destructed or being this reality being demolished, basically. And we're seeing the truth of it. The veil is being lifted. We're seeing the truth that this has actually been the fake world the whole time. There's something more to this that I found out about this whole fake world. Because this is like really, this goes deep. There's a programmer that created this world, and I actually had a vision of what this programmer looked like. Like the future me confronted this programmer, and this programmer is a snake, a big black snake, and this snake has not like anacondas have nothing on this snake. I just gotta say it, but this snake is like supernatural. One, it's intelligent. It can speak like us. It's wise, and it's smart. It's a genius, and it programs this world. It constructs this world. So it was this snake that I confronted in the dream. I was told that this program is powerful than me, and he is a he, but yeah, he's a programmer. That's what I'm gonna say with that. He's a programmer, and yeah, it goes deep. That's why I'm like, it's like plot twist after plot twist after plot twist. There's like a new development of this crap. But there's a programmer, and I actually saw what this programmer looked like, that constructed this fake world. So in this vision that I had, I was speaking to these group of ladies, and these group of ladies were NPCs, and they were aware that they were NPCs. They actually knew that they were that. They knew that this world was fake. They knew that they are fake. They're not real. They are made up of this world. They are from this world. They are attached to this world. They are coded like this world. And they basically was giving me information about me. I'm not from this world, and like the chosen one, we're not from this world. We're from the original world, and we came here, or I was stolen apparently. But anyways, we came here, or I was stolen. But it goes deep, because I'm seeing the original world. I'm seeing people that I know from the original world coming here to help me and other people like me. Like they came here for my rescue or something like that. oh, like this weird, like, because I was talking to them and I was telling them, okay, if this is a fake world, cause it supposed to like parallel the original, but except the original is more magic, it's more higher vibration, the water's more clear, more blue, more healthier. It's more better than here, okay? It's more ascended, it's higher, the original world. This world is low. The vibration is very low, it's very dead, it's very dense, it's very sad, it's like depressive. That one's like more happy go lucky. It's just different, okay? It's full of supernaturals, okay, of different beings, all types of beings. And I saw a lot of wolves and dogs in the from the original world. But okay, so this fake world, um, it's fake. It was constructed by the programmer, and so it's constructed by the programmer. It's fake, and I was asking these NPCs, which they are aware that they were NPCs. I was asking them questions about okay, if this is a fake world and it's supposed to parallel our world, how come, like, I said, so because there is a version of them that exists in my world which happens to be real, but they are fake. But there was something else that wasn't that the programmer didn't bring in this world, that kind of like sparked everything, that kind of notified me this is fake or something like that. Cause she's like, I said, so what happened to the other people? She said they disappear. They're not real. I don't know what these other people I was referring to. I don't remember every detail of the conversation, but I was basically asking them questions. So what happened when this world is demolished, destroyed? They said we disappear or something like that, or it will. I don't know what she said. Like, I don't know exactly. I don't remember. I should say I don't remember exactly everything that was said, but it will come back to me. I know I will gain the clarity of this, but I do know this world is fake, and it consists of real people. There are real people here that doesn't come from this world. They come from the higher vibration world, the original world, and we came here for some reason. So the game is going to happen in the fake world. I just don't know what the purpose of the game. The game is, I know the purpose of the game is to help us evolve back to who our true nature, but I don't know why the game existing. Like, there's something more with this. That's why I didn't share with you guys before, because there's something more. But what I do know is that there's two separate worlds or two separate realities. The same thing to me. One that's the original, which we're not in the original. We're in the fake one. This one's fake. I guess it's gonna merge together, or this will like. It's gonna, because I heard a vision. God said it's gonna split, or maybe God was telling me it's two worlds, it's two realities. It's either you're gonna ascend, and if you're able to ascend from this fake world, you get to go back to the original world. But if you descend, or if you're stuck, if you're attached to this world, then you're going to stay in the fake world, which the fake world is going to be chaotic, which I mentioned the events that's going to happen. This world is going to be demolished. It's going to be hell, right? That's what's going to happen to this world. So I feel like the purpose of this game is to help us evolve so that we can reach our true nature, to go back to the original world or something like that. I could be wrong with that, but there is a purpose for this game, because I know the game does exist or will happen. That has been shown to me, and that's very clear to me. The game will happen. These events will happen. Sorry, you guys. My lips is so fucking chapped. I hate when it happens. I don't know where my chapstick is. I'm almost done anyways, but so yeah. There's two worlds, one destiny. You guys know what song I channel from this? The Lion King, or not Lion King, Tarzan. A soundtrack to from Phil Collins, my favorite person, musician. Song that I just love the soundtrack of Tarzan. Like, he did his thing. Okay, Phil Collins did his thing. Okay, but sorry if you heard my stomach. But two worlds, one destiny. That's what I heard. in my head when I was writing this down from my vision. Oh, the reason why I bring this up because I had another vision last night about the NPCs. Like it was just a lot going on in this vision, so I can't even describe it to you guys because it was a lot happening. It was like I was experiencing it. I wasn't observing it, I was experiencing it, and like it was just a lot of moving parts to this. But what I gathered, what I do, like what I can share is like there are people here that is not from this world, but they want people like me, and they definitely want me to stay asleep. They want that to happen. I don't know why. But this world is fake, you guys. It's fake. And there's people who are not real, who are NPC. And I feel like a way to like tell is like you have to have some type of code. Like if you say a code to these people and they will shut down. And that's how you could tell if they're NPCs. They were literally shut down as if they were robots. And I feel like the chosen ones has the code to say it. They know that information. There's a code. There's a code. But yeah. When I saw it, I'm like, this shit is real too. I thought it was like a joke. Because I would hear people say, oh, you're a bot, you know, like stuff like that. People joke about it, but it's actually real. This is actually reality. Like, this is a fake world. Sorry, guys, my stomach again. This is a fake world full of NPCs and full of real people who are, you know, some are human, some are not human. It's just like, there's a game happening, but this world is going to be demolished. It's going to be destroyed eventually. The programmer, I don't know why that. I think it has something to do with something. It's breaking down. It can't stay up. It can't function anymore. It can't be. It cannot uphold anymore. It's going to be destroyed because this world is fake. It's not real. And you know what comes to mind? The Matrix. You know what else comes to mind? The movie Inception. All this plays a part. Like there's messages in that movie. I gotta go back and watch The Matrix because it's been long. I haven't watched it since I was a child or younger. I watched it a long time ago, so I had to go back and watch The Matrix movie because I'm sure there's messages in there. And I had to go back and watch the movie Inception because that plays a part. And I feel like I had to go back and watch you know what else that came to mind? The Jason Bourne movie, in which I love that franchise too. I love the Jason Bourne movie. So there's something with that and the movie Triple X, because that's a reference to the X markers genetics. Well, you know what else is reference to the X marker genetics? X-Men mutation. People who have a code within them that allow them to mutate, evolved. That sounds familiar to everything I've been saying this whole time. There's messages. Everything of this reality is messages in it to help us awaken, literally. Because this reality is fake, but there's people that's trying to awaken people to the truth of that this reality, this world is fake. And so they hide messages in our music, they hide messages in our books that we write, they hide messages in what we watch on TV. It's all around us. It's about us decoding it. We have to decode the message. The chosen one has the ability to do that. We can decode it. To decode the message. It's in there. It's in there, you guys. It's in there. It's all about connecting everything together and decoding it. And there's other people like me that's decoding the messages. And I feel like it's all about us piecing everything together to see the bigger picture and to see the whole truth. Because there's small truth within this big truth type of thing. Like a puzzle. And we're like connecting the puzzle pieces to this puzzle. But I know there's a programmer, and I actually saw this programmer. This programmer was talking shit to me. He did not like my ass. Because I did not care. I was like, no, you gotta go. But the beings in the sky, the beings in the sky, I already mentioned that, the chosen ones, the fake world, the NPCs. Again, you guys, I still need clarity of like this whole fake world thing, because obviously there's more to it. There's more pieces to this. There's more clarity I need to gain with this. But what I do know is that this reality, this world is fake. And there's this video, like all this plays a part. Like I feel like everything connects, because like I wasn't even like, the reason why I'm making this live video is because the dream that I had last night, referencing this again, I'm like, oh, okay, I have to share this. But I remember, like, I think a couple of days ago or yesterday, a couple of days ago, I ran across this Instagram video of this person that was going through she was going through some type of event, like a escape room type of event, whatever. And they had something in this. I'm going to tag it. I'm going to post it on my page and reference that this is what I'm talking about, because I'm like, anyway, she went inside the store, like everything in the store is fake, right? And it says like one of the things that she picked up, an item that she picked up, it says wake up. That store reminded me of a vision that I know I keep saying, remind me of a vision. I have a lot of vision, you guys. Ever since I was a child, I just didn't know I was having visions of seeing the future this whole time. But it reminded me of something that I saw of like a door, like you're going through like a maze, like a doorway, like, and I don't know, this something about that video that she showed, that what she showed me, it reminded me of a vision that I had. And she just think, oh, it's just like a cool little thing. No, they're telling you to wake the fuck up. That's what they're telling you, to wake the fuck up, because it literally, the item, it says wake up. And everything is fake. You guys gotta pay attention to the pattern. Like, it's funny because people think, oh, it's so cool, look at this store, like everything in the store is fake. No, there's a message in that. They're telling you what you need to know. Like, wake the fuck up. The food is fake. All this is fake. Even like the vision that I had last night that led me to this, to her make this video about this. The people that was coming in that wanted us to sleep, like they were actually coming in from somewhere, I guess the original world or whatever world they come from. They was coming in and they knew this was fake. They knew their body was fake. Well, their body was fake. I don't know about that. Their body was fake too. But they were real. The people who was coming in, like, they were real. Is that they was using a fake body or something like that. You guys, wake the fuck up, you guys. That's all I have to say to you guys. My stomach is killing me right now, so I have to go. But I just wanted to say, my stomach is killing me. I just wanted to say thank you for watching my video. Please make this video go viral. Many people need to know this information. This is all information that I'm seeing in my vision. I'm just piecing everything together. I'm actually studying something else. I'm going to study something else to help me understand more things that I need to understand. But you guys, wake the fuck up. This reality is actually fake. And people say, oh, we're in the matrix, we're in a simulation. Yeah, but there's more to the story with that. Like, it's really fake. Literally, it's really fake. But that's all. Bye.